Welcome back, brothers and sisters. It is 10:50 a.m. Central Standard Time on March 13th, Sunday. We are currently in a G2 moderate geomagnetic storm, and look at this, we're already at a KP6. Woo, this is getting interesting, folks. That's to say the least. But that's really not what I'm doing here today. This is, of course, just a quick little update. But this is what I'm doing here, right here. Remember on my previous episode when I was going over solar weather, I was talking about this right here? In gigawatts, 77 gigawatts, 76, see the gigawatts here? And then it's kind of coming back down, so we're definitely going up and down. This is going to be a fun next couple of days, to say the least. But this episode today, we're going to talk about this. And you remember me asking, I wonder if that's what I'm seeing over here at windy.com. If these star forts, for those of you who are not familiar with what I'm talking about, star forts, go take a peek at my playlist. I've got a thing covering star forts and star fort energies. I'm wondering if that's not what they're doing here. Would that not make sense? I mean, because we know that we're getting all this energy. And are they actually using it at these star forts and harvesting the energy out of the air? Remember, because let's not forget about Cuba. Now here's actually one of my videos, and you can see me over here. I'm actually doing, this is a personal video that I made for Michael Tillinger, and he and I have been in communications back and forth. But what I'd like to do is kind of bring this forward a little bit for you, where we can actually see this moving. Now take a watch. You can see all the energy it's going counterclockwise, so it's taking it. I mean, look at all this. That is energy harvesting. Counterclockwise means that it's being brought in from the atmosphere, but when over here in Camagüey, when it turns on the other way, it's actually pushing it out. So there's all this energy that's being harvested. So really, I've actually got a subscriber, and we're gonna go over and check out his channel. And he's done a video, and we're gonna take a look at his video and see what he's discovered. Now, this here is a subscriber of mine, and I'm also a subscriber of his. By the way, I do kind of check out my subs, kind of see what's going on with you and see what you might have to, to offer to teach me. I mean, not only am I, teaching others, but I'm a student myself. We're always going to be students, and as long as we come to the table realizing we're here to learn from each other, and we share what we learn from each other, you know what? There's no harm in that, because anyone can share anything from my channel. It has no problems with it. Just make sure you show my page like I'm showing his page. A3 Anomalies. Harvesting energy from air, science tech. Let's give this a look. I think he's onto something, because just like Michael Tillinger said, it's definitely energy harvesting from the air. And it was a torus field going in a counterclockwise motion. For those of you who are not aware, I've done a video on it of my contacts back and forth with Michael Tillinger. But let's give him a listen here.
Yeah, hi everyone. Be happy to live in a 5G world. And we have radio. And scientists. Harvesting energy from the air. Metal surface-based antenna turns ambient radio waves into electric power. March 6th, year 2022. Technology could make it possible to use radio emissions from cell phone networks to wireless power sensors and LEDs. Researchers have developed a new metasurface-based antenna that represents an important step toward making it practical to harvest energy from radio waves, such as the ones used in cell phone networks or Bluetooth connections. This technology could potentially provide wireless power to sensors, LEDs, and other simple devices with low energy requirements. By eliminating wire connections and batteries, these antennas could help reduce costs, improve reliability, and make some electrical systems more efficient, said research team leader Jiangfeng Zhu from the University of South Florida. This would be useful for powering smartphone sensors such as those used for temperature, lighting, and motion, or sensors used to monitor the structure of buildings or bridges where replacing a battery might be difficult or impossible. In the journal Optical Materials Express, the researchers reported lab tests of their new antenna show that it can harvest 100 microwatts of power, enough to power simple devices from low-power radio waves. This was possible because the metamaterial used to make the antenna exhibits perfect absorption of radio waves and was designed to work with low intensities. That's a coincidence.
That's pretty cool.
Although more work is needed to miniaturize the antenna, our device crosses a key threshold of 100 microwatts of harvested power with high efficiency using ambient power levels found in the real world, said Clayton Fowler, the team member who fabricated the sample and performed the measurements. The technology could also be adapted so that radio wave source could be provided to power or charge devices around the room.
Hey, now that's something. Look at this. Wi-Fi, GPS, Bluetooth signals.
From the air. Scientists have been...
By all means, folks, come on over here and show my friend over here some love. This, again, his channel is A3 Anomalies. Let me scroll down here. A3 Anomalies. This is a very good episode. I definitely think everybody should come over and give it a look. He actually has quite a bit of interesting things on his channel. Let's actually go take a look at. Here over on his videos, this is what we were looking at, harvesting energy from the air. He's also got one, a surge of electric energy at the moment of death. That's also another good video. There's all kinds of stuff on here. Look at this cross of 4 ways, polar vortex. There's lots of things on here that he does do, and he's got some very interesting materials. Some things might interest you, some things may not. But either way, he does a pretty good job at covering his content. So please come on over here, show him some love. And speaking of energy, there's a reason why there's a lot of energy going on lately. One of those reasons being that we have another star, and it is nearby. It is causing a lot of disruptions on our planet. It's causing all this excitable energy, all this energy that we're seeing across the globe, all the earthquakes and the volcanoes and the wars and the rumors of wars, all is pertainable to this guy right here. For those of you who are not aware, who might be new to my channel, let me introduce you to Nemesis. Nemesis is our second sun, for we do have 2. We are a binary star system. Now these here, I believe, are other planets that our governments and other agencies have not acknowledged that we have. For some of my research I've done, I've come to discover that I fully believe we have 40 additional planets that has not been acknowledged to the general public, and that Nemesis is still close by, but maybe not necessarily in our direct area, so to speak, or not necessarily right at our sun, but I think that it could very well be that these are extra planets that we're seeing. Now there are some times where I would swear that it was Nemesis. Like, look at the size of the body on this. That is a very large planetary body. Very large. In fact, about the size of our sun. This white circle here being the size of our sun. So it's very difficult for me to be able to tell 100% assurity that it is there. Or that maybe it's not. But there's a lot of energy happening. And it's very clear to see that stuff is going on. But our sun is coming to an age of where it's, I believe, getting ready to have a micronova. Because it's an imminent thing. It does it regularly. About every 3,600 years it has a little micronova. And it's something that's very well documented. I mean, we're talking about from the Anunnaki. We're also talking about the Younger Dryas. We start looking at two Carrington events. We start seeing a lot of similarities. And like in this photo here, This is clearly a perfectly round object about the size of our sun. I would swear that this would be Nemesis, with it having that orangish-reddish glow being charged from the plasma from our sun. And being close to the same size? It's kind of difficult to say. But either way, we all need to have our eyes open, don't we? We need to start watching. We need to start watching the skies. I mean, come on, this right here, perfectly round. This is about the same size as our solar disk. Folks, we need to start letting people know so they can start preparing for themselves. And the energies that we're feeling are going to continue, no matter what we do. It's going to continue until this passes. And it's one of those where it will bring the biggest, baddest, toughest man to his knees to cry like a baby. Because at that point you realize how small you are in the universe compared to this. When you look up at the sky and it takes up half the sky, yeah, it will be an eye-opener. The day of judgment. But as long as we know it's there, and we know it's happening, we have nothing to fear. Doesn't this look like a skull? Eyes, nose, and mouth? Pretty scary looking. UFO. Lots of energies. Look at all these little buggers here. Bunch of them. So it's really got to make you wonder what's going on in the universe. What's going on in our solar system. I mean, that's a body. It's a large planetary type body. Right here. This is a space station. You guys remember Deep Space Nine? Near a wormhole? Wouldn't surprise me one bit. There's two of them. So what does that mean? Please share this around with everyone, folks. Let people know. This is out there. It's not hiding. It's hard to see, but it's not hiding. Now, NASA and other agencies are trying to hide it. But it's not hiding. Not at all. These are all my images that I've gotten off of this right here, Stereo Ahead Chronograph 2. Here's the date and time. You can go and look at it yourself. I'm not hiding it. In fact, I'm trying to show it. I'm trying to expose it, let people know. Go look at it yourselves, folks. Please. And let people know. So remember, eyes open. No fear. Love is the only way forward.